I wasn't able to see Pelé play, but I've seen Ronaldo, and I've never seen a player like him. He's unique. There's only one Ronaldo, number one in everything.
He could do whatever he wanted with the ball. If he decided to score, then he'd score. He had strength and technique, could play anywhere, on any pitch, against any opponent. He was above everyone else.
That's Ronaldo, someone who gets the ball, runs into the box and scores. He only needs half a chance. There's no stopping him.
He was one of the best players I've ever seen. Truly a phenomenon.
If there's anyone who deserves that nickname, the phenomenon, then it's him. He is phenomenal.
AC Milan against Livorno, February 2008. The Rossoneri were on the attack and Brazil legend Ronaldo was the target. The star striker was grounded by a seemingly innocuous challenge, but he'd ruptured ligaments in his left knee, the third such injury of his career. It looked like the end, the latest and perhaps final setback of an injury-ravaged career. But this was Ronaldo.
O fenômeno é
The phenomenon is the best example I've ever seen of an athlete making an incredible comeback against all the odds.
Indeed, only 2 years later, Ronaldo was back in his native Brazil and back doing what he knew best for Sao Paulo club Corinthians. The 3 times World Player of the Year had once again shown his capacity to triumph in adversity and prove his doubters wrong. Not for the first time in a glittering 15-year career, Ronaldo was back. His roller-coaster journey to the top of world football began here in Bento Ribeiro, a working-class suburb of Rio de Janeiro. Ronaldo was born here in September 1976 and was rarely seen without a ball at his feet.
Era muito levado, muito bagunceiro, terrível.
He was very naughty, very playful, terrible. But right from a young age, he loved playing football. Football was already in his blood.
Ser jogador.
Indoor five-a-side, or futsal as it's known in Brazil, was his first love, and it was here at his local club Valqueire that he first caught the eye.
Things only started to happen when he was around 10 or 11, and he started playing up at the Valqueire Tennis Club. From then on, his star really shone.
News of the talented youngster quickly spread. He was soon invited to play for Social Ramos Club, a larger and better organised club in Rio's northern suburbs. Tall, quick and skillful, Ronaldo possessed all the attributes for a potential star. It was lower league side São Cristóvão who gave him his first opportunity in 1991, after Rio's top clubs refused to pay his bus fare for a trial.
Ronaldo was brought here because of the ability he'd been showing primarily at futsal, at the Social Ramos Club where he'd really stood out. His main qualities were his pace, dribbling at speed, and when the ball came to him, he already knew what he was going to do.
44 goals in under 2 years ensured his stay at the club would be short-lived. To the surprise of many, though, his next move was to Cruzeiro, a first-division team based 340 kilometres away from Rio.
In December 1992, I said, "We've sent a boy to Cruzeiro who's going to be Brazil's next striker. He'll play in the '98 World Cup." They asked the name, and I said, "Ronaldo."
He was signed to play for Cruzeiro's youth team, but it was instantly obvious that Ronaldo had the talent to step up to the senior team.
The first time I saw him play was at Cruzeiro. He was still a kid, just 16 or 17 years old. It was in a game where he ended up scoring 5 goals. And from that point on, he showed he was truly a phenomenon in the way he moved on the pitch and the way he scored goals.
In his only season at Cruzeiro, he averaged almost a goal a game, helping the club win their first Copa do Brasil along the way. Brazil had woken up to a new star.
Você percebe. Isso daí é diferente dos outros.
You can just see it, how someone's different to other players.
Acho que não tem isso com o Kaká.
Someone like Kaká doesn't have it. He's a great player, but he doesn't have that streak of genius, something that sets him apart. Ronaldo had it at Cruzeiro. He had it.
O Ronaldinho tinha no Cruzeiro. Já tinha.
At just 17, he was already being compared to the great Pelé. And just as Pelé had been called up to play in the 1958 World Cup at the same age, Ronaldo was included in Brazil's World Cup squad in 1994.
He wasn't thrown into the team like Pelé had been. We held him back because we had a good team and some good players, so we decided to keep him for later.
This missed penalty by Italy's Roberto Baggio gave Brazil their first World Cup victory in 24 years. Despite not playing a game, the experience proved invaluable for Ronaldo.
We gave him the chance to see what it was like to be part of a World Cup winning team, even though he didn't play. But he was there to experience the atmosphere, and that was very important for his career.
After the World Cup, PSV Eindhoven paid €4.7 million to bring Ronaldo to the Netherlands. The boy from Bento Ribeiro had gone from São Cristóvão's youth team to world champion in European football in under 2 years.
I'm very happy to have only played alongside him and not against him. I can guarantee you a lot of players have suffered playing against him. They're still suffering now. I'm just happy to have helped him score, both at PSV and with Brazil.
And how they suffered. Ronaldo scored 54 goals in 57 games for PSV.
The period in which he really played football, and I mean really played, was from the beginning in Cruzeiro through to when he moved to Holland, and then the move from Holland to Spain.
After 2 years in Holland, Ronaldo was on the move again. It wasn't a surprise that a club of Barcelona's stature won the race for his signature. But few could have expected what was to come next.
This is a guy, of course, who come from Holland. No one knew very much about him. He hadn't cost that much money, and he was just phenomenal. The pure ability of Ronaldo was just something else. I mean, you look at his goal scoring record. He scored 34 goals that year. He was scoring goals on his own, game after game. He was just frighteningly good. It was almost like he was too good for the league.
In his one season at the Catalan club, he was the Primera Liga top scorer, helping Barcelona to the Copa del Rey, Supercopa de España and the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup.
There's a very famous image of a very, very famous goal that Ronaldo scored away at Compostela for Barcelona, and he picked the ball up on the halfway line, and he had about 4 people. I mean, it was like watching Jonah Lomu play rugby. He had players hanging off his shirt, and he would just run through the middle, throwing them off, stop, go through. I think he went around about 6 or 7 players. Bobby Robson, who was the Barcelona coach at the time, standing on the touchline, just scratching his head as if to say, what on earth have I just seen? What the hell has this guy just done? They were just phenomenal that year, but it wasn't so much that they were, it was that he was.
Despite appearing happy and settled in Spain, Ronaldo now expected to be among the club's top earners. Inter Milan's general manager, Sandro Mazzola, was alerted to the situation and decided to test Ronaldo's resolve with a timely phone call.
So I got him on the phone, and he said, yes, Inter is a great club. But he was very correct and said, if Barcelona pay me what they owe me, then I'll stay at Barcelona, because I like it here. If not, then I'll leave and see what Inter say.
When Mazzola got his man, more than 50,000 fans came to the San Siro stadium to greet their new hero. And despite weight of expectations, Ronaldo didn't disappoint, leading Inter to the UEFA Cup in his first season.
What I saw Ronaldo do in that first year at Inter, well, I've never seen anyone do that before. He did incredible things with the ball, at such speed, incredible. Everyone knew that with Ronaldo in the team, we could get to a certain point, and that was winning titles. And while everyone else played their part, he was the icing on the cake. He made the difference. To watch Ronaldo was pure football. How he stopped the ball, how he ran, how he changed direction, what he invented.
Voted World Player of the Year in 1996 and 97, Ronaldo was the first megastar of football's modern era. He was ready to explode for Brazil at the 98 World Cup finals.
We knew that Ronaldo would be an incredible player. Maybe not a new Pelé, but a great player, and a player Brazil were crying out for back then. And so he came on the scene at exactly the right time.
At just 21, he was already central to his country's World Cup aspirations. Brazil legends Mario Zagallo and Zico ran the team, but the 1998 World Cup was all about Ronaldo.
His movement off the ball is just fantastic. I've never seen anyone with better movement. He'd position himself in such a way that would make it really easy to play alongside him. I'd like to have played with him, because I'm sure he'd have then scored 2,000 goals. I'd have given him the ball every time.
In '98, Ronaldo was in good form, playing well in all the games. He played with a lot of desire, wanted to show that he could become one of the most important players in Brazilian football. Because before Ronaldo, there had been so many great Brazilian strikers. He knew this was his moment. He could really explode onto the scene.
While he was blessed with skill and ability, he was also very powerful. He could glide past players without going down, even though defenders tried to knock him off the ball. So he had this physical strength as well as movement. And that was different to other strikers.
Ronaldo scored 4 times for Brazil on the way to the final against France. And now the eyes of the world were on him. Yet on the eve of the game, the young star's world was about to be turned upside down.
Acordei 5 horas. I woke up at 5, and when I left my room and met the press officer, he said to me, "Have you heard what's happened to Ronaldo?" I said, "No." And he told me that he'd had a fit. So for me, he was out of the game.
Quer dizer, está fora do jogo. Escalei o Edmundo no lugar
So I picked Edmundo in Ronaldo's place and started to go through the tactics with everyone.
Falei lá sobre a parte tática. Entramos dentro do ônibus.
We got on the bus in silence.
Todo mundo em silêncio.
No one was singing.
Ninguém cantou.